Hey, what's up, guys? Becca Pace here, and now I'm bringing you a 10-minute core workout. We're going to dive right on in. So quick warm-up just to get things moving. I want you to roll your shoulders back, present your chest, and then roll them forward and drop your head. Let's do that a couple rounds. We just want to wake up the shoulders, the spine, the neck. 2 more times. One more time. And then standing up nice and tall, take your right arm up over to your left. And we're just gonna do a little side body action here. As you're doing this, keep your glutes engaged. Try to drive your pelvis forward. You can gaze up at your hand. Hello, little hand. And let's do that one more time in each direction. All right, as we come back to the center, we're right away gonna get those booties on and dive onto the board. So you can take a seat to put them on, or you can simply slip them over your shoes standing, whatever you feel most comfortable doing. And we're gonna hit the ground running. So carefully step onto your board, and we're gonna make our way down to our forearms. So kicking things off, I want you to press your elbows down beneath your shoulders, shoot your legs back, and squeeze your feet together. So this is a really subtle movement to get things started. Squeeze your glutes, draw your ribs up and in, and then allow your chin to kind of fall towards your thumbs. We're gonna shrug up to open the shoulder blades, and then we're retracting. So we have 30 seconds here. What I want you to think about doing is keeping all your muscles super stimulated. Keep them active, keep them engaged. You can even add an exhale on that shrug up. I'm gonna have you do that for about 10 more seconds. So with all those muscles fired up, we're gonna start to feel lower abdominals, shoulders, even the inner thighs a little bit here. Let's do 2 more. We can breathe in on the down, breathe out on the up. 1 more time. So on this next one, guys, set your knees down to start and then press up to your hands. All right, we're going down and up from forearm to palm. You can keep your knees down as a modification, or you can pick your knees up. I'm gonna separate my feet a little bit here, and we're definitely feeling some heat now in the lower abdominals. We're here for about 10 more seconds. Using that exhale to exert yourself up to your plank. Let's stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay up on your palms. Take a second here. Keep your glutes engaged. I want you to hold it, hold it, hold it. And now I want you to draw your knees in and then shoot your heels back. Exhale, pull. Inhale, stretch. So all 10 fingerprints are pressing through the ground. As you're moving the knees in and out, I want you to use that exhale to really activate those lower abdominals that we just fired up with the shrugs and with that plank up. So we got about 10 more seconds here. Slow and steady. You can even maybe look at your knees as they're coming in and out. So I'm gonna have you do that 2 more times. And 1 more time. Now bring your toes all the way to the bumper and stand yourself up. From here, we're gonna make our way back down. I'm gonna use the platform for my hands here, and we're gonna go into a push-up. Let's start with the knees on the floor. Separate the knees and stand up. And we're here as a little transition, but I want you to keep that same focus through your full center so that everything is staying active, stimulated, strong. When you're doing your push-up, of course, you can progress this by lifting your knees up off of the board. All right, guys, give me 30 more seconds here. Take this as an opportunity to start to wake up some other muscle groups. It's a great little release through the front of the body here as well. 15 seconds. Elbows are hugging tight to our ribs here. So it's a little tricep action. Keep your chest forward. Try to lead with your nose. And we're here for about 10 more seconds. So we squeeze everything in and up. We're gonna be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, stay. Place your hands back on the mat, or you can stay on the bumper of your board. All right, guys, from here, we're gonna come into our high plank. Knees can be down or lifted. I want you to take your right arm back and then bring it back to the center. Switch. So we're getting a little shoulder mobilization, and at the same time, we're gonna try to keep those hips square. Maybe inhale to open and exhale to close. So I'm gonna keep my knees up for these final 30 seconds. And as you're doing this, maybe you start to turn your head. So we mobilize. We also feel those side abdominals kicking in. And we've got about 15 seconds to go. We're gonna get a nice little child's pose for about 10 seconds. Let's finish this strong. 1 more time on each side. Last one coming up here. So we're gonna finish with that left arm. And then as you place your hand down, set your knees down and chill for a moment. Just a little breather. Now, we're gonna make our way to a side elbow plank. I'm gonna use the bumper as my little stopping point. Shoot your legs out and press your hips up. Now, obviously, we're on a slippy surface, as you can see. I'm gonna take your arm up, bring it to your ear. So I'm gonna show you option number 1. This is a little bit more of a progression. Now, if you wanna stay here, awesome. If this is a little slippery, you're just getting used to the board, just set that bottom knee down. We're still gonna stimulate and work the same muscles. Definitely feeling those side abdominals. And I want you to exhale on that pull. So I'm gonna keep my top foot pretty active here, and we're gonna go for about 10 more seconds. Feel the length as you stretch your heel and your fingers. All right, y'all, 5 more seconds to go. And 3, 2, 1, come on back to both elbows. All right, we're going back into our plank up and down. Knees can be on the board or they can be elevated. Let's just do 2 more here as a little transition. One more time. Stay up on your hands. All right, you guys, with an exhale, pick your hips up. Shoot your legs back. Exhale, pull. Inhale, release. We've got about 30 seconds. Now, as you're doing this, I want you to imagine, boom, the hips and the belly button are being lifted by an imaginary string. Keep that energy and then shoot your exhale between your knees. You got this, everybody. We've got about 20 seconds on this pike up. Woo! So let's go 3 more and 2. One more time. All right, set your knees down. Once again, take a little mini breather. And then we add on. I want you to come back into that straight elbow plank. So we're gonna add a little flare, if you will. Tap your shoulders and then diagonally cross your knees. Do it again. Tap, tap, and exhale, exhale. I'm literally unable to speak and do that at the same time, so I'm gonna encourage you to keep on going. We've got about 20 seconds. This is where you're gonna feel that fire kicking into your internal core muscles. Just 10 more seconds. You guys got this. Yes, I feel it. Imaginary feeling. All right, less than 10. In 3, 2, 1, you can simply set your knees down. We're gonna swivel over to the other side, and we've got our second side forearm plank. Use the bumper as a nice little tool, if you will, to keep that arm parallel. All right, so we're gonna push our hips up, find the little slip, and then reach and stretch. So the top knee and elbow come to center, and we wanna use our exhale to pull. Now, as you're doing this, remember, you can always lower that bottom knee down, but I want you to keep your top foot quite active. Really think about that elongated stretch in between the crunch. We have 30 seconds here, everybody. And I just want to let you know that this is our last move on the board. We're gonna be hitting the floor here in just 15 seconds. So just really focus on working the side abdominals, working your breath. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, set your hip down. We're gonna take a little roll off the board. And if you want to, you can always have a towel under your back, but we're here for just 3 moves. First move, legs up, hands behind your thighs, lower back down, upper back lifted. We're gonna stretch things out, and we go into our scissor. We have 30 seconds here. Breathe in, breathe out. Now, as you're doing this, I want you to try to keep your shoulder blades open and wide. Chin is in a neutral position. And we're halfway through. 15 seconds here. Hopefully we're doing a little multitasking, waking up the hips and hamstrings as well. 10 more seconds. Try to keep your focus right between your thighs. We've got 3, 2, 1. Lower your head, relax for a moment. All right, second move. Shins are at tabletop. Hands can start behind the thighs, but I would suggest perhaps propping up your head. So hands behind you, elbows stay wide. We're gonna twist. Same idea, guys. I want you to feel the exhale on one side, inhale on the other. 15 seconds to go. And 10, We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's lower down. If you feel like your feet are a little slippy, let's remove the booties. That was my graceful way of doing it. And we have our final move. Hands pressing down, tilt the tailbone, and then press your hips up. What we want to avoid is this sort of billowing of the tummy. Pull it down, squeeze your inner thighs, and we're going to take a 30-second sort of front of body opener, but we're going to nail the glutes, hamstrings, and lower back. So if you want a little more, maybe your hands go up and down. We're in the home stretch here with 15 seconds. And then we're going to stretch things out and call it a day. 10 more seconds. Keep the inner thighs drawn in towards each other for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set your hips down, grab your knees, take a little rock and roll here. And then we're going to rock and roll up to sit. Where we'll give ourselves a little chance to stretch out. So you can just cross your feet, bring your right hand to your left knee, sit up tall, and twist. It's like wringing out a towel of hard work. Come on back to the center and switch it up. And then we're just gonna come to the center. You can swing yourself around. We're gonna do just a little cobra or a little sphinx pose. So pressing your elbows down, float your heart up. Feel the stretch so you can engage your legs a little bit here. So good. Pressing up to hands and knees. Last but not least, we're gonna do a few little arch and curls. Little cat-cow action. One more time. And then everybody from a neutral position, you guys can just take a seat, take a load off, and give yourselves a round of applause. We are done with our 10-minute core for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you next time.